Whenever a single player game as good as Hollow Knight comes out, only one thing enters my mind. How can I prove that I'm better than my friends? Whether it's running in a straight line, climbing an embossed wall, or solving a Rubik's Cube, speed is always the most impressive way to show superiority and make everyone wish they were as cool as you. And today, I'm going to show you how Hollow Knight can be completed in under 5 minutes through the use of a ton of truly crazy glitches. Right away, the run starts off with some setup. First, we need to beat the entire game until we get to the Pantheon of Hollowness. This will weed out the weak, because unlocking every charm in the game and grinding it out can take a long time for anyone. But it is so rewarding because of how incredible and challenging the game is. But once we get that done, the run starts off with choosing Godseeker file. We then travel far enough that we trigger the save icon, and now we can exit the game. Making sure we have the game set in VSync mode, we can spam the back button on the controller or the escape button in order to bring up the exit the game prompt. Once we manage to open the escape menu on the exact same frame as the main menu loads, we will have 2 menus open on top of each other. From here, we need to press the start game, then select the Godseeker save we just made, instantly select an open save slot, and then select classic mode. Doing this will activate 3 important glitches. First, we load into the game with every charm and ability unlocked, like in a Godseeker file. Second, we have the properties of being on the bench. And most importantly, we have no clip glitch active. This glitch allows us to travel through terrain, but at a price. Our movement's going to be really wonky now. We have to move using no clip rules, which are pretty tricky, but we'll get to that. First up, we need to stop ourselves from falling with a Great Slash, and then try to find some horizontal terrain in order to use the Crystal Heart Dash, or C Dash. Since we have bench storage, we are able to equip charms, but we need to be dashing like this, and we need to use the keyboard enter key rather than the jump button, or else we'll be soft locked out of the game. After equipping all the charms we need, including Dash Master, we can now dash downward into the transition. We're going to miss it to the left and then jump into it. I like to do this because for no clip movement, the first jump when you open a save file causes you to go infinitely high up and soft lock the game. By jumping into the transition, we don't need to worry about that for the rest of the run. Next, we can set a dream gate next to the Temple of the Black Egg, C-dash forward, and then due to bench storage, open and close charms during the transition, and then dash, pause, undash. This will give our character a nice boost of speed. Next up, we need to dash downward to the lower transition. Here's another example of if we missed the jump, we soft lock. And now we dream nail these butterflies, and then hit the geode deposit. In this run, we need to collect 50 geodes, and another benefit of no clip is we can collect the same geodes over and over and over, making this very quick and easy. Next, we travel downward all the way to the bottom of this section and head to the left. Now we need to pay for and call the stag. Exit to the right. Then, we need to open and close the charms menu during transition because this will allow us to move our character while talking to the stag. This way, we'll be able to exit the room at the exact same time that we fast travel. Everyone's PC is actually a little different, but for us, the spot is right here. If we're even a little bit off this spot, the glitch will not work. Now we press travel and right at the exact same time, and we got it. So here we can see that we have both maps loaded at the exact same time. And because we have 2 maps, we will be able to skip a huge portion of the game. So normally in a no glitches any percent, you gotta get Dash, Vengeful Spirit, Claw, pick up the Dream Nail, fight the Watcher Knights, get the first Dreamer, get C-Dash, kill Umu, get Monomon, then get Hera before killing the Hollow Knight. But rather than doing all of that, by using room duping, we can spawn 3 Monomons at the same time and then go directly to the Hollow Knight. The game just requires 3 dreamers, not 3 different dreamers, which is really nice for this run. But now that we have the 2 maps, we can't really see our character very well. Instead, we're going to use debug mod in order to see everything. Yellow box is our character, red is bad, green is terrain, and blue is the transition from one location to another. Quick rundown on room dupes. Both maps load on top of each other from the bottom left corner. You can enter any transition from either room and interact with all objects from both. And you will despawn the oldest room each time you transition. Honestly, it's very easy to understand and follow, and if you're having any trouble, just remember this.
If you're going hard enough left, you'll find yourself turning right.
Our main goal now is to get to Monomon, which will require a very specific path while not being able to see our character, which is why I'm showing you the run with debug mod. It's pretty much mandatory in order to practice this run when starting out. In order to get the debug mod and every other mod in Hollow Knight, just go to the GitHub page linked in the description, download the version that your computer is, extract all, and then run the exe file. This will give you this interface, which will allow every mod to be downloaded, including debug mod. So getting back to the run, now we need to dash down, avoid the jellyfish, avoid the first acid pit, and then land in the second acid pit. Jump up and transition to the left. Go right. Dash down into the acid pit again and transition on the lower left transition. Go right. Transition left. And now we've got a tricky part. We need to dash down and then interrupt the dash with a great slash right when our character hits the terrain. This will allow us to interact with the door to the left. Generally speaking, transitions are often on top of each other. Here we need to go to the very top of the left transition. Next we need to dash down. We will see a purple encounter trigger and we need to go around it. So we stop ourselves with the great slash, head over to the right, dash down, and then jump to the left, right onto the terrain where Monomon is. Now that we've made it to Monomon, we can use Dream Nail, exit out of the dream downward. This will spawn us into Monomon with a second copy of Monomon created. So we Dream Nail Monomon again, exit downward again, and this will spawn 2 Monomons. So now we Dream Nail Monomon a third time. Now we're in a state where we have 3 Monomons on top of each other. So all we need to do is kill all 3, and we've successfully met all the prerequisites to go into the Temple of the Black Egg. Now we just need to quit game in order to remove room duping and then reload the save file. But before we defeat the Hollow Knight using the fastest speedrun build we can, I'm about to show you the coolest glitch in all of Hollow Knight. After loading into the game, all you need to do is like and subscribe. This actually doesn't give you a super epic glitch, and I tricked you to just get engagement, and I'm truly sorry. Comment how you felt about this trick so I never do it again. But now, we're able to enter the Temple of the Black Egg because we have 3 Dreamers. Now we change our terms to this setup. Extra nail range, extra nail speed, quicker charge attacks, less recoil on being hit, extra damage, and finally, more extra damage while we are low HP. The fight basically requires us to full send damage while getting hit over and over until we are at 1 HP. Then we need to avoid this chest spray like a boss.
Like a boss!
And just keep on beating on him. Because our damage is high enough, we basically just damage him in between transitions. Hornet comes and helps, we just keep beating on him until we finally win the game and become a true god gamer. Now, this run wasn't legit since I had to use the debug mod, and wowee, this speedrun is the most anti-fun thing contained within an incredibly fun game. I would not recommend it, but I think the combination of all the glitches to make a 5-minute run is incredible. I love learning how the run works and think it's super interesting. And if you like this video, click here for the best meme speedruns out there. My favorite's this guy who had an amazing reaction to getting a world record on the Pringle IRL category.
Ooh. That was a lot to take down, but that's a PB.
Fire video from Zero Mist.